why I hate Nigerian government, even though they stood by us in apartheid. You know I am not very happy with Nigeria. I have made that very clear on many occasions. Yes, Nigeria stood by us more than any nation, but you let yourselves down and Africa and the black race very badly. Your leaders have no respect for their people. They believe that their personal interests are the interests of the people. They take people's resources and turn it into personal wealth. There is a level of poverty in Nigeria that should be unacceptable. I cannot understand why Nigerians are not more angry than they are. Why do young Nigerians think about their leaders and their country and Africa? Do you teach them history? Do you have lessons on how the past leaders stood by us and gave us large amounts of money? You know I hear from Angolians and Zimbabweans how your people opened their hearts and their homes to them. I was in prison then, but we know how your leaders punished Western companies who supported apartheid. What about the corruption and the crimes? Your elections are like wars. Now we hear that you cannot be president in Nigeria unless you are Muslim or Christian. Some people tell me your mark. Some people tell me your may break up. Don't let it happen, please. Let me tell you what I think you need to do in your country. You should encourage leaders to emerge who will not confuse public office with sources of making personal wealth. Corruption and corrupt people do not make good leaders. Then you have to spend a lot of your resources for education, educating students or children, or to educate children of the poor so that they can get out of poverty. Poverty does not breed confidence. Only confidence people can bring challenges or changes. Poor, uneducated people can also bring change, but it will be hijacked by the educated and the wealthy. Give your Nigerians good education. Teach them the value of hard work and sacrifice, and discourage them from crimes which are destroying your image as a good people. Wow, viewers, I love what this man just said. I love what he says. This Nelson Mandela, his words has wisdom in it. Look at the advice he's giving to President Muhammadu Buhari concerning his government, his country. I told you earlier on that a lot of people have heard so much evil about Nigeria. They said, but Nigeria is not as it used to be then. They don't that he's surprised that Nigeria is now corrupt. The most corrupt country in the world. He's advising President Muhammadu Buhari that he should take himself as a good leader. He should make a good leader. That he should spend a lot of resource on a lot of his resources for education. He should educate children of the poor so that they can get out of poverty. But he said education is very important. If President Muhammadu Buhari can go to all those villages that are suffering and those villages that does not have schools. He should go there and build a school and educate every one of the poor children so that they can get out of this poverty. Because poverty does not breed confidence. Only confident people can bring changes. So that is what Mandela is trying to tell President Muhammadu Buhari. He said that uneducated people can only bring change, but it will be hijacked. It will be hijacked by the educated and the wealthy person. So he's telling Buhari to give young children, young Nigerians, good education. To teach them the values of hard work and sacrifice and discourage them from crimes which are destroying and which is destroying his image himself, Buhari's image as a good person, as a good leader. Look at the kind of advice he's giving to President Muhammadu. I hope that President Muhammadu Buhari would stick to this advice because he does not like to hear the truth. Whenever any of Nigerian citizens or any activist, senator, or one of his aides, whenever they give him such idea that he's not competent, the next thing he will do is to arrest them. So now, Tony Mandela is not from Nigeria. He's giving you this advice from other country. It's better for you to listen to whatever it says to move this country forward. Because this country, Nigeria, they are suffering a lot. This country is the largest, the first country that has the largest poverty in the nation, in the whole world. That is it. So there is no decent human beings with his right senses of reasoning that will not listen or that will not hate Nigerian government because of these things they are doing. It is very obvious. That is it. So, what Nelson Mandela has just said to our country, Nigeria, and to our leaders, I think this should be attended to. It should be attended to. If this is what Nelson Mandela has just said, I'm so happy with this. Nigeria is rich, but ordinary people are wreaking havoc all over the world. Why the few in their country are filthy rich? If the wealth in Nigeria cannot be utilized properly or cannot be utilized appropriately, then the whole world African can win. The whole world African can win. But there's not that there's no money in the country. There is, but they are not sharing it. They are eating the national cake alone without people benefiting from it, without the country benefiting from it. If you don't have handwork to struggle on your own, you will be forever poor in this country we are into. Nigeria is a corrupt country, which all the countries outside, people outside the country, which they know about. Everyone being born into Nigeria are also corrupt in one way or the other. So what we need now is God's intervention. And with what Nelson Mandela has said, I pray that Buhari should take a step towards this. Should take a step towards this. So his only mistake is when he said that Nigeria could not break up. Breaking Nigeria is the duty of the wise. Training an Hausa or Fulani to school is a big mistake. Fulani should go back. They back for Hausas to be free in their mind. These guys are elements of destruction. Even if you want to send them to school, they wouldn't want to go to school. They are not the kind of people that are born to be educated. They hate education to the extent that they wouldn't want to even listen to anyone that advises them on education. So, but those that need education should be given education. People like Igbos and Yorubas, they value education more than the Northerners. So Nelson Mandela, you are right. We fought for the redemption of South Africa, and yet our leaders are making no impact to care and for the progress of our nation. So Buhari is trying his best, but some of his mistakes, some of his lieutenants are sabotaging his effort. Yes. So, I'm very much happy with the statement and advice by Nelson Mandela. So, President Muhammadu Buhari should listen to this and make sure that he do according to what Nelson has asked him to do with the help of God and intervention.